Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to Prattville City Council Tuesday, August 5th, 2014, City Council meeting. We do have a public hearing tonight. We have two items on the agenda at this time. As clerk call the roll.
Councilor Striplin. Here. Councilor Wood.
Here.
Councilor Brown. Here. Councilor Starnes.
Here.
Councilor Chambliss. Councilor Bowles. Here. Councilor Boone. Here.
I call this public hearing to order. Before we begin, it seems to have a rather large crowd here, and there may be many people that want to speak. I'm going to ask that you try to limit your speak to 5 minutes. A public hearing is for you to speak. You will speak and we will listen. Please try not to say things that are repetitive so we can move along. Thank you. First order of business is a resolution to declare various weeded lots to be a public nuisance and order their abatement per Title 11, Chapter 67 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, as amended. Is anyone in the audience to speak on resolution number 1? Raise your hand, please. Resolution number 1. Please come forward.
Hello, sir. My name is Richard Harris, and I'm part owner of the property at 519 North Court Street, and the weeds have been removed and controlled since the day of this letter.
Okay, thank you, sir. If that is the case, I'm sure Mr. Wilson would check it out, and there would be no further action, but he would check it to be sure. Anyone else speaking on resolution number 1? With that, we will close the public hearing on resolution number 1. Resolution number 2 is to authorize the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Long Lewis of the River Region Incorporated, Ottawa County, Laney Properties, Ltd. Limited, and the Prattville Water Works Board for the purpose of economic development. Is there anyone who would like to speak on behalf of this resolution? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is John Lee Finnegan. I live at 211 Deer Trace Street. My first question is, who initiated the incentive conversation, and on what date did it first take place?
Ms. Finnegan, let me say, do you have several questions that you want? Okay, like I said, we're going to listen. This is the public. If you would just state everything that you want to state, if there's someone who wishes to address it at the end of your conversation, we'll do so.
So just say all the questions and then you can answer them.
We can answer them if someone likes to.
Okay. Again, number 1, who initiated the incentive conversation, and what date did it first take place? The reason I'm asking is I have from the business entity for the state that Long Lewis of the River Region was informed on 5/21/2014. Also, why didn't the legal notice include the $500,000 amount for the engineering, since it is included with the other figures in the MOU, and those were mentioned in the ad? 3, regarding specific MOU sections, under county it states it will provide $1,800,000 funding to the city for road work, which is expanding Old Farm Lane and constructing another road in the back of the Long Lewis property as shown on Exhibit A map. However, if I'm correct, Mr. Wall is quoted in an August 3rd article as saying that the extending of the road work is not directly related to the dealership, it is more for public safety and traffic flow. Since they are only building on 13 of the 58-acre parcels, why can't just a frontage road be built? Why is such extensive road work being included in the incentive package for Long Lewis? Under city, subsection 3, it states local governments at their cost will provide all engineering, approvals, and utilities for all roads. This shall include storm sewer, traffic signal, turn lanes, acceleration lanes, street lighting, electrical, landscaping, and the like as per city rules and regulations. Are all these costs part of the amount shown in the MOU? Subsection 5 is to provide the $230,000 in tax rebates to county for cost of road construction. Is this for the road construction I just mentioned or for other roads? Under Laney, the landowner, They are to provide no more than 2 acres to the city for a future public safety facility to be built within 5 years. What type facility, police substation, fire station, etc., and what has been determined to be the approximate future cost for the building, equipping, and manning of each type facility. Also, in my opinion, this is giving Laney a phenomenal advantage, enabling to sell those remaining 43 plus acres for a huge profit. Under developer Long Lewis, does their $6 million expenditure have to be complete when the new site opens? In subsection B, it talks about them creating a total of approximately 80 full-time direct employees. Both an email ad I received on July 18th from Gilmore Ford and the Long Lewis ad, August 3rd, advertiser ad states hiring 20 plus new employees. What is the correct figures? I have made my feelings known about this through the media. Anyone I have spoken with feels as I do. This is just a ploy to get the groundwork laid for a big box retailer to come. It is frightening to think of what those incentives will be. Those are my questions.
Thank you, Ms. Finnegan. Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Finnegan? Does anyone have any comments? Ms. Finnegan, the administration has heard your concern. You have brought it to us. And as you said, you have stated it several times. So we have that information, and at the mayor's convenience, he can get with you or you can get with him, whoever he needs to have, and try to give you
So
whatever.
I cannot have them on the record then? Those questions answered for the record?
No one has any answers for the record.
Oh, okay.
This, like I say, a public hearing is for you to speak to the public. If they wish to answer you, anyone can answer. Thank you. Does anyone else? Yes, sir.
Hi,
Hello, sir.
I'm Ken Barnett. I wanted to read a paragraph and leave the letter with you. I addressed it to the mayor. Thank you. All right. This letter contains a portion of the article in the Montgomery Advertiser dated August 3rd, 2014, which is what I know about the new Ford dealership from that article. And I want to make a demand of the city of Prattville. And my demand is as follows, and I'll read it from the letter. Do not vote or approve any taxpayer incentives concerning this matter until comprehensive transparency has been provided in writing to the taxpayers, and include the following. Obtain a written opinion from the Office of the Alabama Attorney General to determine if the proposed agreement is legal. Obtain detailed independent financial reports listing amounts and estimates for the cost to, quote unquote, extend ongoing road work. Then the expected annual sales per year for the next 10 years. Then the expected amount of taxpayer, quote unquote, refunding 75% year by year for 10 years. The name of the landowner selling the new building site, the amount of the sale of that land, the amount of the profit that landowner will make on the sale, and the estimated increase in all related costs to the taxpayers as a result of this activity year by year over the next 10-year period. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Burnett. Anyone else? With that being said, no one else wishes to speak. Public hearing is closed on this item.